Have you ever wondered why, even when you try to change, you keep getting pulled into relationships that are intensely transformative, sometimes painful, and often feel like they end just as things get truly deep? This is the signature of the 7th and 8th houses at work in your chart. We're going to show you exactly how to find the planet that triggers these powerful cycles of pain and rebirth. It's called your Maraka Planet. So welcome to the first essential step in our series called Karmic Keys to Difficult Relationships. Today is about understanding the cosmic rules of engagement. You must know the blueprint before you can build the structure. In our master video, we talked about karmic contracts. Today, we're giving you the cosmic roadmap to those contracts. So let's first establish the foundation for your relationship karma by looking at 2 primary houses in your Vedic chart. The first is the 7th house of partnership and commitment. This is the house that defines open arrangements, marriage, partnerships, and the type of person you attract. Planets placed here, or planets aspecting here, they define the qualities of your relationships. For example, if Saturn sits here, the relationships will be slow, committed, and require heavy responsibility. If Mars sits here, your relationships will be passionate, but likely argumentative. The second thing is the 8th house. It's the house of transformation and secrets. This is the house of sudden change, shared resources, hidden secrets, and the deep psychological transformation that the relationships force upon you. Difficult planets here mean your partnerships are meant to be profound soul lessons, often ending abruptly or bringing intense emotional challenges. Now, the difficulty in your relationships comes from the tension between the ideal commitment in the 7th house and the inevitable crisis and the change demanded by the 8th house. Now, let's talk about the key to transformation, which is the Maraka Planet. Marak literally means that which can kill you. But in astrology, it means that which destroys ignorance and forces change in spirituality terms. It's the planet that's responsible for bringing about a symbolic death, the death of an old relationship, the death of an old self, or the ending of a long cycle. Your Maraka Planet is determined by the ruler or lords of the 2nd house and the 7th house from your ascendant. It's the small number that's sitting in your 2nd house or the 7th house. Because the 7th house rules partnership, its ruler holds the power to make or break those commitments. Now, the Maraka Planet is not evil. It is your ultimate teacher. So when its energy is activated, it triggers the necessary pain and endings that push your soul onto its next evolutionary path. If your relationship ends in chaos, it's often your Maraka Planet forcing a karmic lesson that you refused to learn easily, that your soul refused to learn easily. Now let's go ahead and decode the Maraka signatures. Now, while the exact planet varies by your ascendant, you can often feel the signature of your Maraka Planet in the relationship crisis you endure. This helps you identify the core lesson, even if you don't know your exact chart. If your relationship endings are always about money, secrets, or sudden betrayal, then your Maraka influence likely involves Mars or even the shadow planets Rahu or Ketu. They're demanding that you confront hidden issues and power dynamics. If your relationship endings are always slow, cold, and rooted in emotional distance, then this suggests Saturn demanding that you learn patience, humility, and mature commitment. If your relationship endings are always dramatic, public, or driven by self-ego, this is often the Sun, or Rahu even, demanding that you learn genuine humility and let go of external validation. If your relationship endings feel confusing, moody, or insecure, this points to the moon. Moon's forcing you to develop emotional independence and self-nurturing. If your relationship endings are marked by excessive arguments, over-analysis, or criticism, then this suggests Mercury, demanding that you learn mindful communication and emotional understanding. If your relationship endings are tied to financial loss, extravagance, or lack of intimacy, and this is often the signature of Venus, it's forcing you to reevaluate your true values and your own self-worth. And finally, if your relationship endings involve conflicts over beliefs, dogma, or law, ethics, and this points to Jupiter, demanding that you exchange rigid judgment for universal tolerance and expand your philosophical viewpoint. Now, the painful pattern that you see repeats until you consciously address the Maraka Planet's core lesson. So the next step is applying the solution. The ultimate way to heal is not to fear the Maraka Planet, but to pacify its disruptive energy by consciously embracing its highest virtues. Now, let's look at the highest virtue each planet asks you to develop, which is the exact opposite of its painful lesson. What does Sun want? Sun demands humility and self-authority, moving away from ego-driven conflict. Moon demands nurturing and emotional independence, not seeking security from a partner. Mars demands courage, boundaries, and right action, channeling aggression productively. Mercury demands mindful communication and discernment, moving past over-analysis and criticism. Jupiter demands tolerance, generosity, and universal wisdom instead of judgment. Venus demands realizing your true value and self-respect, moving beyond superficiality. Saturn demands patience, maturity, and commitment, embracing responsibility instead of resentment. Rahu demands clarity, discrimination, and ethical ambition instead of illusion. Ketu demands acceptance, intuition, and non-attachment, letting go gracefully. Our next action is service. This is the most powerful remedy for a difficult mark. Performing service, perhaps even on the days that's ruled by your Maraka Planet. This channels that disruptive energy into positive, selfless action. Also practice conscious detachment. When the pain of an ending hits, remind yourself, this is my Maraka Planet, removing something that no longer serves my soul's evolution. Choose acceptance over fighting. So what does all this mean? All this means that there's a profound transformation awaiting for you. By identifying the energy of your Maraka Planet and the lessons embedded in your 7th and 8th houses, you stop being a victim of circumstance and become the conscious architect of your own karma. This process is about recognizing that every relationship, especially the difficult ones, is not a punishment, but a carefully orchestrated classroom that's designed for your rapid soul growth, which you chose. When a partnership ends, the lesson is not to find a different person, but to realize which specific planetary virtue you failed to embody. You. Was it Mars that was demanding courage to set a boundary? Or was it Saturn that was demanding patience to allow the relationship to evolve? Or was it Venus demanding self-respect? The pain you experience is simply the pressure needed to turn the raw, unrefined material of your soul into a diamond. Embrace this wisdom. When you integrate the Maraka Planet's highest virtue into your core being, the lesson is learned, the karmic debt is repaid, and the painful pattern stops repeating. You move forward with clarity, with strength, and an evolved understanding of love. Isn't that amazing? So here are your assignments to begin decoding your relational blueprint. First, I want to know. Tell me in the comments, based on the theme of your hardest relationship endings, what is the primary virtue, such as patience, courage, humility, you commit to cultivating this week? And what is the one small act of service, seva, that you will perform this week to honor your Maraka Planet? Second, let's turn this knowledge into action. If you know the planet ruling your 7th house, dedicate 5 minutes to meditating on it. You can use its mantra to meditate. And finally, share this video with anyone who needs to stop blaming others and start healing their relationship karma. Knowledge is meant to be shared, and that's what I'm doing for you. Don't hoard it. Share it. Share it openly. Or you're going to come back again in next lifetime to share it. Our journey continues next time with video number 2, which is healing the parental wound. Such an important one. We will dive into how your sun and moon placements unconsciously control your adult love life. So hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss it. If you'd like to deep dive into your own chart, go ahead and hit the link in the About section to connect with us. Thank you, and thank yourself for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Vedic wisdom. That's all for today.